I talked about my fears and feelings regarding people knowing my name, though not knowing who I am as a person. I will go into depth about this in this episode today of Heartfelt Expressions with Katara Speaks. Enjoy. Alright, um, I have so much going through my head right now. I wanted to gather my thoughts before I pressed the record button. Well, this happens all the time, y'all. I have so much I want to say. Presently, since this season 2, it's about the journey. Earlier in the week, I wanted to talk about being seen and how popular I was and how I didn't like all the attention because I didn't like that everyone knew my name but didn't know who I was. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go into depth with it still because it sounds a bit ridiculous. um how I felt. I felt kinda ashamed that I didn't want the attention because of the surface level. Everywhere I went, in academics or in events or rooms online or whatever, on apps, um, yeah, I got spotlighted. And the attention wasn't wasn't how I imagined it to be because even though I was popular, I still felt alone because to get to know someone on a deeper level, deeper conversations must be had. And sometimes I was fetishized as an Asian woman, I did not like the assumptions that was made about me that ended up being proven wrong, and people's reactions reflected that. For example, people expected me to be quiet, meek, and what's that? Passive. So when I spoke my mind in on different topics, or one time I said, "What's up?" When someone told me hi, they nearly fell out of their seat and were shocked. It was like they watched anime and this is not how he expected me to respond. That person never talked to me again. Um, it was an interesting experience. Another person was so eager to meet me and said that I am a real life anime girl. And it was like his dream come true. It was kind of creepy, I must say. I written something about this, about how I felt in a stream of consciousness. It might be articulate to bring it up. Let me read it to you guys. My stream of consciousness. This was called One Day at a Time. I felt ashamed that a lot of people knew me, but didn't really know me. I felt as if I should have been grateful that I had connections. I should have been grateful that I was so charismatic that a lot of people liked me. Though I felt the pressure of always being on. I felt that if I was ever vulnerable about my struggles, everyone would disappear. So instead of scaring everyone away, I disappeared myself. I disconnected from everyone. I became unreachable. I was struggling with my mental and emotional health, and I felt as if it was all my fault. I felt like a failure, especially as an Asian American woman. I felt that all that I have accomplished thus far didn't count because they were in the past. I wanted to vanish without a trace, as if I never existed. And I kinda succeeded. No one reached out to me. I felt that I was already forgotten. A fresh restart, so if I ever tried to put myself out there again, I can show up as fully myself. Not as that picture perfect Asian, but me, with a multitude of feelings. I wanted to be real, to share my thoughts, experiences, and emotions. I wanted people like me to feel that they are not alone, that we could journey through life one day at a time, that it is possible to love oneself, that it is possible to live a life of one's choosing. As for now, I'm still going through this journey, through this process of learning to love and embrace myself. One day at a time. One day at a time. I realize that was a little darker than I remembered. Um, uh, yeah, I was depressed. I was burnt out. Um, I felt that people didn't really care, like everyone knew me. For example, I would walk throughout my campus or throughout my school, and people would shout my name, and I did not remember all these people. It's like, how did you know my name? And since I did so many things, so many activities and stuff like that, they will reference it. I was like, dang. And there were other times people be like, oh, Katera, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. I'd be like, mental health, yeah. And they'd be like, oh, that's cool. So, I have been blah, 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 blah. Speed right through my response. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel understood. And I realized I was expecting so much from others, to be poured into me, that I just stopped. I just stopped and retreated and tried to deal with it myself. Mm, yeah, I was MIA for a long while. And even now, I have not been on social media at all. Um, I haven't posted in a while. There was something I kind of wanted to post. So, I felt that it would have brought an influx of people, either concerned about me or no response at all. The post I was going to do was a repost. It said that um, depression um, is so mental health is so stigmatized. Depression and mental health is so stigmatized that it seems as if people label it as attention seeking. So then, if someone, fall victim to their mental health, then it's they get blamed for it. It's like, oh, why didn't they speak up? Well, they tried, or they felt as if they couldn't. because mental health has been so stigmatized to silence. And I didn't want to share it, even though it could have helped people, but I didn't want to become a target myself, or and or people bombard me with messages because I'm not uh emotionally and mentally ready to respond. I would disappear like I have been doing until I am gathering up my energy reservoir to try again, to go out there. This podcast so far has been a safe haven for me. Um, it has been therapeutic to share my inner thoughts, my emotions, and experiences with you guys, even when I have not been promoting it. I shall. I shall promote it. Um, yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are listening back after these are being posted and going through these episodes, and I appreciate it, following the journey, getting to know me better, and getting to know yourself better as well. And those who go through mental health, um, yeah, kind of broad. Yeah, but what did I say? I felt ashamed because it's like a lot of people want what I had, you know, oh, being so popular, being so talented, uh, and getting the awards that I got. I got a lot of awards. I did so many things, accomplished a lot. And I'm over here thinking to myself or feelings like, oh, dang, why do you feel the way you do? People would want the life you had. You're so privileged, you're so talented, you're so popular, and it's good that, oh, quote unquote, that you've been fetishized because at least you're attractive. And it sounds ridiculous. Though it's like, I am grateful for the things in my life, but that doesn't mean I don't struggle or I didn't struggle. I am fetishes like dang. It seems surface level, you know. Yes, people can see me as attractive, though it's like surface level stuff. And the most important thing is me feeling attractive, me feeling beautiful. And for a long time, I didn't. I felt as if people was lying to me when they said, "Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're attractive." And all I'm thinking about is, dang, what is your motive for saying that? You're just saying that just to say that. You're trying to make me feel better, or you're trying to get into my pants. That's not okay. um, yeah. So I had to work on my self image and practicing the self love because, yeah, it takes practice, man, especially with my body image. Um, I, I mentioned before in previous episodes that I used to be very self conscious about my body, you know, not so much my weight per se, but I felt that I was too muscular. And somehow I was also obese, according to my family's Asian standards. I was supposed to be skinny as a stick, y'all. Though I was not. I had muscles, I have hips, yeah, normal stuff. I guess, I was an athlete and I worked out every day. And the more that I try to work out to be the way they want me to be skinny as a stick, it did not work. I gained more muscles and I'm average height for an American woman, though apparently I am tall for an Asian woman. In my family, I'm the tallest Asian woman in my immediate family, and yeah, I felt very self conscious. I felt really self conscious growing up. So I did not find myself attractive, especially since I tan. In my culture, or in my family, being pale, being the palest of pale, is attractive, and I am not. I am not pale, y'all. I have some melanin, and in the summer or when I play outside with sports and with my siblings or whatever, I get darker. So I felt ugly, um, to my own perception. I felt less than average. It was bad. That self love was not there. And I tried to overachieve. Overachieve as in doing more than average, than expected. I did so many clubs and leadership roles and got first place in multiple things, got the best of things or whatever. And I still did not feel like enough. Like, dang. Trying to seek external validation did not give me fulfillment. And even the popularity, everyone, like in the school or at an event or in different scenarios, still did not give me fulfillment. Yeah, despite folks wanting to have my autograph or having a picture with me, it felt a bit numbing, a fantasy in a sense that I was dreaming, though it was almost my daily reality because, yeah, I didn't know what to do with it, and therefore, after so much time, I just, like I said, I disappeared. Yeah, I know I am processing these emotions. I didn't even want to talk about it because I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to talk about it. Why? Because I still kind of feel ashamed that I even feel the way that I feel. Because, like, yeah, I am very privileged to be in the position and in the positions that I were in. Yeah, though I don't know how to deal with it besides from saying that I am grateful for my experiences. I am, you know, yeah, um, things in my life aligned in which I had a lot of opportunities. I'm trying to validate my feelings and trying to make things better with through gratitude, guys. This is a little tough for me, Um, I don't have the remedies. I don't have the quick fixes, the solutions. I am just trying to take it, like I told y'all, take it one day at a time. I am. I am. Like, I haven't fully processed all of this. I just know that, yeah, now, okay, let's focus on now. That was how I felt, right? Now, I feel a bit scared. I'll be honest. Knowing from my past, that's usually what happens, right? The popularity and people knowing my name. I I'm a bit afraid. I'm a bit afraid that once I really promote myself, once I really put myself out there, I get known for the vulnerable me. You know, I used to be known for that picture perfect Asian what's that image. And now that I have this podcast and things coming out later showing how vulnerable I have been, you know, in my journey called life, um, I get labeled and stuck in that box. I may not always go through this struggles, guys. I imagine one day, and you know, I will not be struggling as much with self love and this mental and emotional health thing, and people will have a cognitive dissonance. I feel that I'll be stuck in that box and emotions, guys. I'm afraid that after this period of not struggling anymore, no, after this period of struggle, right, with all the successes and the peace and the influx of just joy, I will still be stuck in that box of being known as the vulnerable person, and I value privacy too. Yeah, like I share with you guys what I share with y'all, you know, I share with you guys what I feel comfortable with sharing. So, um, I feel that I won't share everything about my life, um, because privacy is important. And I'm afraid that once this chapter of extreme vulnerability, because this podcast is very therapeutic for me during this time period, once this podcast is over and the other projects rolls out, and when I transition to new things, I'm still stuck in the box, and that scares me. What I desire is that you guys see my journey as inspiration, that you guys feel seen, heard, and understood through my journey, that yes, you are not alone. You know, you guys have access to these episodes and access to my work, and realize that you are not alone, and that life does get better over time, even when it has ups and downs, you know? And that, yeah, I hope to inspire once I have the quote unquote success that people idealize. Once I have that with that peace and joy, then you guys feel that it's possible for y'all too, especially since I went through some dark times in my life. You know, it's like, hey, just because you guys went through dark times doesn't mean that it's gonna be dark forever. Um, even even though it feels like eternity. Um, yeah, a dark abyss. um, yeah, I guess that's what I'm afraid of. You know, being known for just one thing when I am more than just one dimensional, one concept, one label. I am more than that, and you are more than that. Yeah, it's acknowledgement with ourselves first. Um, I want to say I'm done of being afraid, though. I heard a saying that it's okay to be afraid and do it anyway. Because how can we have courage if there is no fear? You know? Without courage. No, without fear, there is no courage. Yeah, it's okay. That's how I felt. Mm, still going through it. I'm taking it one day at a time. One day at a time, y'all. Wow, I really wanted to speed through that. I was going to not talk about it. Because as you guys heard in the beginning of this podcast, I was just going to a little bit address it and move on to everything else. Yeah, I had so many thoughts, so many things I wanted to talk about, and that was one thing I wanted to talk about. And now that I talked about it, I feel good about this episode. The other things could wait, or, it's not that important to speak about right now. Yeah, because and then I'll go on another tangent. I think that's good. I think that's good, y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening to this episode today. It was very vulnerable to share my feelings and thoughts about people knowing my name, though not actually knowing who I am. And this podcast, Heartfelt Expressions with Katsura Speaks, is in a way helping y'all get to know me a bit better, even though it's not all of me, it's still parts of me, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you guys are here for the journey, and I appreciate I appreciate it all, and I appreciate y'all. So, um, if you guys resonate or know someone who will, share this with them. Share it with your community. I feel that this is beneficial, Um, yeah, let me know um how this resonated with y'all. If it did, give me your feedbacks. Um, yeah, until next time, I'll see y'all soon.